Hello out there. Are you guys awake yet? I know it's Saturday, so some people it's 10. I'm looking at my clock on my oven. So I guess, some of you might still be in bed, so I'm sorry if you're missing this, but maybe you can watch it after I post it. So I thought I'd get on today and just share some stuff that I've learned over the last few months, and I'm continuing to learn that I think is eye-opening about your health. And so I wanted to share that with you, and because I'm 57 and I had no clue about any of this stuff, and I only wish I knew it when I was younger, but heck, I'm glad that I am learning now, because it's never too late, right? So that thing about, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, well, that's not true, because I'm an old dog and I'm learning new tricks. So I have been reading this book, and you might have seen me talk about it. It's called Super Life, The 5 Forces That Will Make You Healthy, Fit, and Eternally Awesome. I highly recommend it. It's like eye-opening, seriously, about, the things that we put in our body and what they do to us. So one of the life forces you might never ever heard of. It's called alkaline. I can't even say it. Alkalization. So you've probably heard of pH balance. We used to have a pool in our backyard growing up, and we always had to check the pH of the pool, right? We had this little kit. Being pH balanced is very important in your body. And so there's things that you can do that can make you more alkaline versus more acidic. And the problem with being acidic is that being acidic is not good for your body. So your tissues and membranes in your body get inflamed when you're acidic. And the other thing is cancer cells are very acidic, and they love acidity. And so if your body is, so there's a range that there's a range of 0 to 14, okay? 7.2 maybe is pH balance. So the more alkaline you are, the better, right? If you're under that pH balance, then that's not good. And so there are things you can do to make yourself more alkaline. And so unfortunately, the food we love to eat is acidic, of course. But I think being aware of that, now that I'm aware of it, I really am more cognizant of like putting the right things in my body. So unfortunately, there's some things like everybody loves coffee. Well, that's acidic. So alcohol is acidic. So meat, animal protein is acidic. And so the more of that, if your diet is high in that, you're going to be very acidic, and you're going to be more susceptible to cancer from what I've been researching. And so what you need to do to get more alkaline is to balance that out, right? You need to balance out that acidity with more alkalinity, all right? So this book has a list of the acidic foods and the alkaline foods. And so if you would like me to share that list with you, then comment below and I will message you the lists. I am going to print out these lists, and I'm going to put them over by our refrigerator, because my husband, don't say, he doesn't like me to talk about what he does, but his body is so acidic, I know, because he eats salads, but he puts a lot of croutons, which are acidic. He puts things, there's salad dressing that's really heavy and creamy on it. So you want to minimize the acidity and maximize the alkalinity. And so I think he doesn't like to be told what to do. So if I put a list over by the refrigerator and he does it, maybe that'll work. So anyways, I thought that this was huge in, the green leafy, the other thing is if you have acid reflux, which my husband's on medication for, acid reflux is generally from what you're eating. It's your diet. So sorry, but you can fix that. And the medicine that you're on with acid reflux actually doesn't really help your pH balance. It harms it. So it just reduces the acid reflux symptoms. So the medicine is the worst thing that you can be doing if you have acid reflux. So if you want to fix the way you're feeling, I guess you can take medication. But if you want to fix your overall health and long-term, and basically, have a less chance of having cancer, you basically need to fix it through diet. So, and some people are more susceptible to acid reflux. One of the things my husband says is it's hereditary. His parents have it, right? Well, his parents might have a bad diet. I said I was constipated all the time, and I was like, well, it's hereditary. My mom had bad constipation. Well, come to find out, as I grow up and learn more, my mom was an anorexic, and so of course she was constipated all the time because she didn't eat. She didn't have the right nutrition. If you have the right nutrition, you poop, right? And so it's like a pretty simple formula. So we fool ourselves into thinking that, oh, what is wrong with us is, well, my parents had that. Well, dig a little deeper. And your parents, I'm not saying that, health problems don't exist and there are genetic, you can be susceptible genetically to things, but diet can fix so much of what is wrong with us. And if you're not feeling well and you have acid reflux and you're feeling bloated and you're feeling inflamed, you're probably not drinking enough water, and you're probably highly acidic. You're probably not eating enough greens. And there's things that can fix that. I drink this great nutrient dense, all natural shake, and that changed my life over almost 3 years ago. And so I get a lot of my nutrition through that, which was a great start when I started, because my diet was still crap when I started, and I started around Christmas, and of course you know how your diet is over Christmas. So I eat a huge all raw salad. I roast, and I just learned this recently from a cleanse. Right before I fix my salad, and then I throw a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds in a little pan, and I heat them up, roast them. It takes me all of 3 minutes, and I throw those on the top of my salad. The nuts make it amazing. I used to always need chicken or salmon or something, some protein on my salad. The nuts make it so tasty. I never even want that protein on it anymore. I don't think I can ever give up, animal protein, because I really do like animal protein, but it is really not good for you, and it does make you acidic. So you need to balance that out with all the more alkaline foods, right? So eating that healthy salad really changed, and then I have the shake, and then I have this healthy salad. So my body is a lot more pH balanced than it ever was. And so you need to be aware of that. But one of the things I thought was interesting is he gave an example in the book about where is that? So he said, he used an example of distilled water and Coca-Cola. And he said distilled water's pH is 7.0 and Coca-Cola's is 2.5. So if you're drinking soda and you're drinking coffee and you're drinking animal protein, you're in trouble. Seriously, your health is at jeopardy. So, because 2.5 is really low on the scale. And he also said that, and this goes into math, but the scale measures from 0 to 14. The pH balance is in the middle at 7, but the scale is logarithmic. So if you're a mathematician, you might know what that means, but I don't. Not arithmetic. So and he said it means that each full point equals not one more, but less than the point next to it, but 10 times more or less. So a substance with a pH of 5 is 10 times more acidic than one with a pH of 6, and 100 times more acidic than one with a pH of 7, and 1,000 times more acidic than one with a pH of 8. So your Coke being 2.5, it's not a 1-for-1 each time you get up the scale. It's so 2.5 is many thousand times more acidic than, so hopefully you followed that. When I see math, I cross my eyes. So anyways, so I thought that this was very interesting. And another thing that causes the acidity is stress. So, and I thought that was very interesting. So you want to be really, really cognizant of what's going on in your life. So that's why it's very important to do things like meditating and try to slow down at certain times of the day, take time for yourself. So deep breathing is really good because oxygenation is one of the other life forces. And so taking in a lot of oxygen through deep breathing and through exercise is also super good for you. So anyways, I thought, I don't know why, I got up this morning. We were talking about it while we were laying in bed this morning about the lists that show the acidic foods and non-acidic foods. So, do you want me to just like go and read you some? So like, actually coconut water is something that is, alkaline. So there's a lot, lemon juice. So that's a really good thing to know that you could put lemon juice in your water. So if you want to drink lots of water, hydrogenation is one of the life forces. So you need to drink at least half your weight in ounces a day of water. And if you're not, you need to, because your body's made up mostly of water and you need to replenish that. And it helps your skin. It helps your digestion. It helps, if you're feeling bloated, drink more water and that will solve that problem. It kind of goes against what you're thinking, like bloating. If I'm bloated and I drink water, I'm going to be more bloated. No, it will go away. I get stomach aches. Yesterday I had a little bit of a stomach ache. And so I just drank a lot of extra water and my stomach ache went away. So do that. And then, add, if you don't like regular water, lemon, and you can put in strawberries, you can put in cucumbers. Cucumbers actually are really tasty in water. So just make some homemade tasty water. And you can use sparkling water. So caffeine, or not caffeine, coffee, including decaf coffee, is acidic. So, and bananas are acidic, actually. Although this says green bananas, so I don't know about yellow bananas. Maybe yellow bananas are neutral, but it doesn't have yellow bananas under neutral. So you've got to really be aware of what you're putting into your body and make sure that you're maximizing your health, because, we only have one life. And, people talk about, they don't want to spend money on like organic food, but, the stuff that's not organic it has pesticides on it. You don't know what farmers did to that food. And a lot of times, the food is picked before it's ripe, and so you don't know where it came from. It could have been picked 2 weeks previous, and it could be ladled or covered with pesticides. So what he says in the book is buy organic, even if it's frozen vegetables, because they're going to be better for you. So that's my soapbox for the day. But alkalinity is really, really important, and it would behoove you to study up on it and even maybe get this book because it's super eye-opening. So, all right, I hope this has helped. All right, bye. Have a great weekend.